is going on with your YouTube? The TheCaliEffect, King of Games here. And today, we're going to be watching an exciting matchup between Fire Fist from the new set, that's right, Fist of Gadgets, and Salamangreat, as TJ is going to go ahead and start off by normal summoning Salamangreat Foxy, and then adding Salamangreat Spinny from his deck to his hand, and then he follows up with that one of Salamangreat Circle. As you guys can see, it looks like TJ is going to have full combo with Salamangreats, almost feeling like he is playing the pre-forbidden-less Salamangreat, as he does have the Gazelle in his hand. Opening that one of is really good. You can still be able to make some of those awesome boards. Now, linking away that Salamangreat Foxy, he's going to make Salamangreat Baylynx. You guys should know the deal, but for the people that don't, Salamangreat Baylynx will not only fetch you your Salamangreat Sanctuary, you can also trigger your Salamangreat Gazelle as Chainlink too. So Salamangreat Gazelle will be special summoned to the side of the field, and since it was summoned, it will activate its effect after TJ resolves his Baylynx. He'll add the Salamangreat Sanctuary from his deck to his hand, and then in a separate chain, Gazelle will activate to send a Salamangreat card from his deck to the graveyard. Sending Salamangreat Roar to the graveyard, he's now going to follow up with Salamangreat Sanctuary. We'll talk a little bit about that later, as he's going to use the effect of Salamangreat Spinning, discarding itself to give his Baylynx attack. And since he does control Salamangreat monsters, he can now special summon that Salamangreat Spinny to his side of the field. Using both of those monsters, he's going to Exceed Summon into Salamangreat Morastelio. Detaching a Gazelle, it's always important to detach the Gazelle in the combo because you want it to your hand. He's going to be able to special summon a Salamangreat monster from his deck to his side of the field, and it's no different. Popping off with the normal combos, he special summons the Salamangreat Jaguar. Now, the Jaguar and the Baylynx will be used for a Link Summon. Keeping that Morastelio does put a little bit of pressure on the opponent. Now they have to get rid of the Link Summon monster as well as the Morastelio, or they will pay for it. He's going to special summon Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf and then immediately use the effect of his field spell card, it does not activate, to make another copy of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. Now, Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf was summoned using its very own card, so he'll be able to add a Salamangreat Spell or Trap card, which is the Salamangreat Roar. And finishing up, he can special summon the Salamangreat Jaguar by returning his Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf from his graveyard back into his extra deck to where his Sunlight Wolf points to, which will trigger its effect again to add the Gazelle. Now, I hope you guys are understanding how Salamangreats work. For that little small investment, he pretty much got the exact same combo. You pretty much always want to end on a Salamangreat Baylynx under your Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, because with Roar, it can be activated as long as he controls a Link Summon Salamangreat monster, meaning that I have to get over both of his Salamangreat monsters and still have to keep in mind that he has a Baylynx in the graveyard. So it's a lot harder for a player to get rid of. I'm going to start off by using Fire Formation Gyoko. This is a card that not a lot of people tend to play in their Fire Fist builds, but in a back row heavy format, I have not one, but two in my hands. We're going to say no to TJ's back row. I don't really care about his back row right now. I'm then going to follow up by normal summoning Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Raven, immediately using it for a Link Summon into Salamangreat Almirage. That'll trigger Raven's effect, allowing me to set a Fire Formation spell card, which is going to be the Tinky. Following up, we're going to use Set Tinky to add a monster, but no, TJ looks like he has the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, so that is no bueno for the TheCaliEffect, King of Games. We're not going to be able to get that search, which would be pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I think I had a full combo going, and he couldn't stop me with his back row since they were Gyoko'd. Fortunately for me, I do have Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Panda, which doesn't really matter if the Tinky was negated or not. Panda allows me to special summon himself to the side of the field and special summon that Raven, and now I can use both of those monsters for a Link Summon, picking up and reading the Panda, realizing that Eagle actually has a Link arrows pointing down. Almirage is not going to do, so I'm going to use Almirage's effect, targeting a random monster on the field just to get it out of the extra monster zone, and then make Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle to my side of the field. Right now, it looks like I'm going to activate and resolve the effect of Raven. I know, ladies and gentlemen, Raven is not once per turn. That is crazy good. We are going to set a Fire Formation Tensu back to our side of the field, and Fire Fist are showing you guys how, yes, you can still disrupt those back row cards and make a board and still being able to play out of one disruption. I'm now going to activate that Fire Formation Tensu, use my Tensu additional normal summon to special summon normal summon dragon, and then use Eagle's effect to bounce the Fire Formation Tenki this time around to send Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Buffalo. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. I've been playing Fire Fist since 2013, since they came out. And Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Buffalo has always been that underrated card. It's a free summon to your side of the field. You just, I mean, I don't even know what to say if you're not playing it. Right now, I get to show you guys the powers of it, as I'm going to use Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon to special summon the Buffalo. And since I do control Eagle, I do not have to pay for costs of my Fire Fist monsters. Using both of those monsters, I'm going to actually Exceed Summon into one of the most underrated cards in Fire Fist history. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Cardinal. Now, it does require 2 Fire Fist monsters, but it shuffles cards into your deck to shuffle cards on your opponent's side of the field. So I'm going to completely bypass Salamangreat Balinks and get over both of his most feared monsters on the board. Salamangreat Balinks is looking really strong right now, all by himself, using Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle to attack into the Balinks. It looks like TJ is going to opt not to protect his Balinks with a Balinks, and I'm going to swing for some critical damage. So one thing I want to talk to you guys about is that we're both human. We're going to make those mistakes. I actually wanted to include those mistakes into this game. We decided that we didn't want to do any of the matches because there are going to be some really obvious mistakes that you guys might be looking at, but I wanted to keep them in this match because these are some mistakes that players just make. It just happens some of those times, and hopefully you guys can learn from our mistakes in your match. So starting off with TJ's turn, here's where the mistakes start to happen just a little bit. It doesn't change the outcome of the game, but they're still there, none to matter. TJ just so happens to play another copy of Salamangreat Jaguar. That's really smart. Having Jaguar in your opening hands can make your deck a lot easier to play because now you don't have to special summon it to your side of the field due to the effect of Mirage Stallion. So he's going to go ahead and special summon Salamangreat Balinks and then trigger the effect of a Salamangreat Gazelle because, again, he did send a Salamangreat monster from the deck to the graveyard. No mistakes so far, but yeah, they're going to happen. Using Salamangreat Mirage Stallion, he's going to send not the Will of the Salamangreats. Realizing that both of his cards are Gyoko'd, he's probably going to need a new card. He's going to send Salamangreat Rage to the graveyard, and as long as I have a stronghold on both of his back row, which, by the way, they are both Salamangreat cards, which can be very destructive, he's not in the great spot. Now, using the effect of his Salamangreat Spinny, he can go ahead and special summon that bad puppy back to his side of the field, using both of those monsters for an Exceed Summon right into his Salamangreat Mirage Stallion. Using the effect of Salamangreat Mirage Stallion, it is going to get Ash Blossom. Enjoy a spring, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a firefight between both of these decks. TJ, realizing that that play is lost, going to use both of those monsters for a Link Summon into Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. And this is where I want to remind you guys that Salamangreat Mirage Stallion actually has another effect. When it is used for a Link Summon, if I'm correct, you can bounce a card on the field. He should be able to bounce either a Fire Fist Eagle or bounce one of the Gyokos. I strongly suggest to bounce the Eagle, which would disrupt my board a little bit. Following up, he's going to make that Sunlight Wolf into another Sunlight Wolf, adding his Roar into his hand, and then Jaguar under his Sunlight Wolf, returning the Mirage Stallion, using it for a Link Summon into Salamangreat Balinks. Now, I am not 100% confident with this play, mainly because I still have cards in my hand. My board is not broken whatsoever, and he only has one disruption. I want to let you guys actually to do some critical thinking for us. Post down below in the comment section what would be a more optimal play. Now, I obviously do know the optimal play, but now I want you guys to critically think and post down below. You Salamangreat players, this would be a ample time for you to talk about it. And for the players that aren't great with Salamangreat, you guys get to hear another opinion. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my turn using Fire Formation Tinky, hoping that TJ actually goes ahead and Salamangreat Rages it. Roar. Go ahead and Salamangreat Roars it, which will pretty much be free for the rest of my turn, meaning that I can go off unhindered. Taking full advantage of a no negation, we're going to add Brotherhood of the Firefish Dragon in our hands. And to be honest with you guys, this is the correct play right here. I feel like I'm doing the correct things because in order for me to trigger the next set of cards in my hand, I have to activate a Fire Formation card. And what's the best card to activate? Well, cards that your opponent should already know you've used, and I've bounced Tinky last turn. So since we activated Tinky, we'll be able to use Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Panda. And ironically, TJ's going to let this go through. He sees the dragon, so he knows I can still make more plays after this. But the panda's actually going to be giving me more advantage because I can special summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Raven to my side of the field, using both of those monsters for a link summon into Brotherhood, or should I call her Sisterhood, of the Fire Fist Peacock. Now, that will trigger the effect again of my Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Raven, allowing me to set a Fire Formation card back to my side of the field. Now, here's where I feel I should have ran a third copy of Gyoko. I mean, it would have been great because I would have been able to play through his entire sequence, but I'm going to go ahead and get Fire Formation Engine, which this is where my first mistake happens. I enter my battle phase, attack with the engine using her effect, and he's going to use the effect of a Salamangreat Roar. Now, the reason why I activated that engine is because I thought that Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle effect can only be gained once per turn. You don't have to send spells and trap cards, so I wanted to have that extra Fire Formation card. I'm also going to normal summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon using its ability and then using Eagle as a substitute, so I don't have to send Fire Formation cards to special summon a monster to my side of the field. Special summoning a second copy of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon. I can now use Dragon's effect to special summon Buffalo to my side of the field. Now, as you guys can see, some players are looking at that egregious mistake. I special summoned it under, that's right, under the Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you guys should be using that Sunlight Wolf's effect at any given time your opponent does make that mistake, and that's just a couple of things I wanted to point out in that gameplay. Still, it doesn't really change the fact that this deck was, or the game was pretty much under my control. I also should have used Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon's effect to set, you know, a card to my side of the field. But going into game 2, TJ is going to use his Signet Mining only to be Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. That's one of the cards that you don't want ashed. He's going to normal summon his Salamangreat Foxy, adding Will of the Salamangreat, meaning that he's going to be A-OK. He'll still be able to make some pretty awesome boards. And I just want to take a moment to show you guys how resilient Salamangreat can be. This deck is like stupid resilient sometimes. As you guys can see, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, one of his most critical plays, he lost 2 cards out of his hand, the discard, and on top of that, the Signet Mining with nothing in return. But he's just going to use Will of the Salamangreat to special summon Salamangreat Jaguar from his hand, immediately using that monster for a link summon into Salamangreat Baylinks, and Baylinks to continue to pop off. Now he has a level 3 monster in his graveyard, as well as the Jaguar, meaning he'll be able to go through full combo. Ladies and gentlemen, I think playing multiple copies of Jaguar is correct. If in this format, you know, with the limited copy of Gazelle and your limited copy of your Circle, just having Jaguar in a way to put it into your graveyard is tremendous, because now he can make more Stalio, detaching a material, and he's not forced to summon Jaguar. He actually can go ahead and summon the Salamangreat Gazelle to his side of the field, which allows him to send a Salamangreat card from his deck to the graveyard, and it's not forced to send the Jag. So now he can send Salamangreat Roar to his graveyard, and then he can start continuing popping off with his plays using the Baylinks and the Gazelle. He's going to go ahead and make his first copy of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, and then activate his Salamangreat Sanctuary using the Sunlight Wolf for a second link summon into a second Sunlight Wolf, and pretty much going full combo from here. That's going to allow him to add his Salamangreat Rage to his hand, which essentially he can use his Jaguar's effect, shuffling in that Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf to special summon it under the Wolf, which will trigger the Wolf's effect again to add his Gazelle. So again, even after the disruption the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring brings so critical, stopping his most precious plays, he still winds up with the exact same combo. This is why deck building is so important for Salamangreat. I'm going to go ahead and start off my turn, and now I'm looking at his board. I'm like, that is a tough board to break. I'm going to normal summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Leopard, and this is really smart, as TJ is going to go ahead and use the Salamangreat Roar on the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Leopard. He really doesn't have a choice. Hypothetically, if I use Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Leopard, I'm going to get Gyoko if I intend to, and then he just loses it. This time around, I don't even get the Fire Fist card. So I'm going to activate the Fire Formation Tentu. Tentu is going to allow me to activate Panda, summon Leopard back to my side of the field, and now we're going to make the pinnacle of Fire Fist and Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle. Now, here is something I want to tell you guys about Fire Fist. The deck is really, really fun to play, but it's also very limited in what it can do. I don't think that this deck is going to storm the meta. I mean, who knows? Right now, it is a YCS going on, so Fire Fist might be doing a little better than I expect, but I don't think this deck is as good as some people may be hyping it up to. I'm going to use the effect of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle, attempting to send Buffalo to the graveyard, and TJ activates that Clutch, Ghost Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. Now, one thing I want to talk to you guys about as I'm picking up and reading the card, the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle's effect isn't cost to send to the graveyard, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. More importantly, it does activate, so the Ghost Over Rabbit does get rid of the Eagle, and on top of that, I won't even be able to send the card from the deck to the graveyard. Stopping the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle is pivotal. I mean, you will probably win the game if you can stop Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle from resolving. If you can use a card like Impermanence, Effect Veiler, Ghost Ogre, it doesn't really matter. The deck can be fragile in that means. So now I'm going to go into main phase 2. I'm going to go ahead and activate Fire Formation Tenki, trying to fish into some better cards. I've already used both of my normal summons. This isn't the most optimal hand. It might just already be over before it started. So yeah, that Tenki will be able to add a Brotherhood of the Firefish Dragon to my hand. And I've already normal summoned with Leopard. No, actually, I'm sorry. I have not gained double normal summons. I normal summon with Leopard, and then I special Panda to my side of the field. So I haven't committed my other normal summon. I'll be able to normal summon that Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon to my side of the field. But here is where the second problem of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist comes up. The Leopard monster is a level 3. Panda is a level 5. So yes, I can send both of those cards to the graveyard to special summon that Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Panda. But I can't make cards like Tiger King. I can't go into my XC plays. The only thing I can really do is make a link. And since Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle is a hard once per turn, I can't get any advantage. So TJ literally finding out how to stop Fire Fist, the biggest choke point for the deck, almost immediately. And while I think he did make some mistakes in this game, especially in the earlier portions, he definitely makes up for it. He's a player that's growing, getting stronger, and I'm just telling you guys, he's coming back into the Link format, and he's developed of a player. I'm very proud of him. So now we're going to use both of those monsters back into a Link summon into Brotherhood of the Sisterhood of the Fire Fist Peacock. And yeah, we're going to activate that Fire Formation Dome, attack with the Peacock, taking control of the Mirage Stalio. And here's another problem with the Fire Fist concept is that since I use Panda's effect, I'm locked into only special summoning Fire Fist monsters for the rest of my turn. So yes, I do have his monster, but it's a Cyburst. And there's no Fire Fist monsters that just require fire monsters. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and scoop it up and go right to game 3. Salamangreat, showing you how powerful it can be. It's still a very good deck in this format. He's had the multiple negations, he had the Ghost Ogre, he had all of the answers. But we're going to go ahead and start off with my turn. And I'm going to be able to show you guys Fire Fist's potential as using the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Raven for Link Summon to Salamangreat on Mirage. I'll be able to trigger Raven's effect to set Fire Formation Tenki to my side of the field. Now I can go ahead and use Fire Formation Tenki to add a Fire Fist monster from my deck to my hand. And unfortunately, you can't add Panda because Panda's level 5, but it is what it is. Fire Formation Tenki will allow me to add a Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon. And if I do have the Panda, which I actually do, I'll be able to special summon Panda to my side of the field, using Panda's effect to special summon Raven back to my side of the field. Which means when I send off Raven again, I'll be able to set another Fire Formation. Taking full advantage, we're going to use both of those monsters for a Link Summon to Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle. Then triggering the effect of our Raven to set a Fire Formation card face down. You guys should already know what is going on. Like Drake would say, tell me what is going on. I know, I should definitely stick to my day job. But anyways, I'm going to set that Fire Formation Tenzu to my side of the field, and you guys should already know what's going to happen. If you guys know the Fire Fist combo, activating that Tenzu, I'll get an additional normal summon, and I will normal summon that Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon to my side of the field. Now, since I do control Eagle, I can actually gain the special summon for free. King Kunta over here for free. But here's the problem. I am locked to only summoning Fire Fist monsters due to Panda. We're going to go ahead and use the effect of our Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle. Does TJ have the Ghost Ogre? No, it looks like he doesn't, so I'm going to bounce that Tensu to my hand. Can't bounce the Tenki because I can't activate it. And then we're going to send the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster to our graveyard. Now, I'll be able to further explain why I bounced the Tenki instead, or the Tensu instead of the Rooster. Activating the Tensu, we should have used Dragon's effect right here and there, which would trigger to get us Brotherhood of the, or Fire Formation Sento. But obviously we're not paying attention. We're going to use that effect to special summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster, and then Rooster's effect will allow me to add, that is right, the Ritual Brotherhood of the Fire Fist monster, and then we can use Rooster's other effect to set the fire formation spell. Now, since our Eagle is on the field, we don't have to pay for cost, meaning we can just get the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist engine to our side of the field for free. Or I think it's Dome. No, I think engine is the one that lets you, no, it's Dome. Dome apparently lets you ritual summon. So now we're going to use Dome, or no, it looks like I am going to be activating the effect of my dragon just a little late. We're going to get that Sinto back to our side of the field. And I gotta be thankful for TJ. Let me go back and actually set that Sinto off of the effect of the second Tensu activation. So match out for TJ. He understands that, you know, it's hard out there for a pimp, you know, getting you guys them live duels that you guys want to see. And Fire Fist was a little bit rushed. Yeah, I had time to actually go over the strategy and whatnot, but we ain't gonna do that. We actually gonna, you know, just pick it up and play it. So I'll be able to ritual summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elin to my side of the field by using Rooster and Dragon as tribute, and it looks like we're gonna go ahead and pass our turn right back to TJ. Do we have any other things? No, I don't think so. I think we're thinking about other plays. We've already used both of our normal summons. This is the combo, ladies and gentlemen. You get 2 disruptions through Elin and your face down Sinto, and then 3 fire formation cards on your side of the field, the 4th one being the negation. It's not a terrible board. I'm going to go ahead and pass it right back to TJ. TJ opening up with his card. He's going to use Twin Twisty Boys, discarding the Spinny again. I am forced to use my ultimate fire formation Zinto to negate the Twin Twisters. Now it looks like he can follow up with as many spell cards as he please, meaning that he'll be able to play some good Yu-Gi-Oh! Normal summoning that Jack Jaguar. Oh my god, TJ, dude, you run 3 Jack Jaguar? And because he does control a Cyberse monster, he'll be able to spell summon backup Secretary to his side of the field, making that Salamangreat pay links. The amazing thing is that now Spinny can summon himself to the side of the field, and he can still make the Mirage Stelio play. Baylinks will allow him to add Salamangreat Sanctuary from his deck to his hand, and then he can follow up by activating the Sanctuary, which he will do, and then spell summon the Baylinks from his graveyard to his side of the field. But here is where, no, actually I don't see it. I thought this was a good choke point. It's not a great choke point, because if he does have level 3s, I'd be screwed. He's going to make the Salamangreat Mirage Stelio, but here is probably the best choke point I'm going to get. He's going to use the effect of Mirage Stelio. That's when I use the effect of my Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elin to negate the effect. And since I do have Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle on my side of the field, I won't have to pay for cost. Unfortunately for me, TJ does have the Will of the Salamangreat using both Baylinks and the Spinny for a link summon, but I think that this is not the correct play. I think he should, if he is going to make another link summon, he should, or just into the Jack Jaguar, or I'm sorry, the Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, he should be using the Mirage Stelio to get a bounce. And TJ's realizing that. He's like, this isn't the best play. I wasn't able to summon Gazelle to my side of the field. Let me go ahead and reset, which again, I let him do that because, you know, it is what it is. We bros. So now he's going to use all 3 of his monsters for a link summon. He really wants to break my board into Salamangreat Heat Leo. And then he's going to use the effect of his Salamangreat Mirage Stelio this time. This man is on a roll, not forgetting everything. He'll be able to get rid of a spell card in my spell and trap card zone, and he'll also be able to bounce a monster on the field. So he's going to completely break my board this time around. So Heat Leo, the smart decision is obviously to target the Tensu. He's Heat Leoing, pointing to, okay, I think he got that mixed up, but you guys understand. So, yeah, the Mirage Stelio is going to bounce the Elin to my hand, and he knows I don't run any more copies of Tomei, so that's a really good choice. And then the Heat Leo is going to shuffle the Tensu back into my deck, which, again, smartest decision. Now I have to go fetch the Tensu if I don't already have a Tensu in hand, so bouncing any other spell and trap card just wouldn't have been good. Domei would allow me to ritual summon again, and Tinky would have just been amazing to have back in my deck. All of this, and TJ still has an attack, so using his monster, he's going to go ahead and attack, and here I'm thinking that Salamangreat All Mirage actually protects you from battle. Picking up the card and reading it, I realize that it doesn't protect you from battle, so we're going to go ahead and place that back to our side of the field after we figure all this out. You know, life points and whatnot, just reading the card effect and realizing, nah, that'd be a huge misplay. But, yeah, we pretty much ironed out the kinks for the Fire Fist deck profile. So if you guys want to see it, let's try to get this video to, that's right, 1,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like bell, that like button. Share this with a friend. Let's get this video to 8,000 likes for that Brotherhood of the Fire Fist deck profile. So bringing that Salamangreat Mirage back to our side of the field, we're gonna go ahead and pass the turn right back to me, and I'm gonna look for a way to bust this board. Well, before we do, getting back to the deck profile and whatnot, if you guys want to see the Salamangreat deck profile, then we'll go with the same threshold, and I'll have it on Patreon for everyone to see. That's right, Salamangreats have received a major upgrade. I'm pretty sure you guys would like to see the YCS Portland list, and I might just wait to, see what they have going on, but I have a strong feeling that our lists are going to be similar. So I'm going to normal summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Raven to my side of the field, and then I'm going to activate Fire Formation Engine. This is pretty interesting. Now, Engine will allow me to synchro summon. I'm going to use the Dead Elin in my hand and the Raven on my side of the field to make Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Swan. Now, Swan is a pretty good card. It's not the best of cards, but it's a pretty good card. It was a free fire formation, and more importantly, I'll be able to use the effect of my Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Raven to set a fire formation card to my side of the field. So here's where we normally set the Tentu, but I'm pretty confident as I have the Tenki instead. So I must already have the Tentu on my hand to be using Tenki so early. I've already used my normal summon on Raven, so the Tenki can fetch me a monster, as you guys should know, and it might look really saucy for me right now. So with that Tenki, we're trying to figure out, or I'm trying to figure out what would be the best play. I'm going to add Dragon, almost touching his graveyard. I don't want to touch his filthy graveyard. We like the old fire monsters. So we're going to get Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon. Dragon. And we have ample amount of spell cards to play with Dragon's effect, because both Dome and Engine don't really serve a purpose from here. They do allow you to special summon and add. I'm going to use Fire Formation Tentu, gaining that additional normal summon for Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon. Oh man, will I be able to special summon and add? Yes, we're going to send both of those to the graveyard to be able to special summon a monster to our side of the field, and then we'll be able to special summon another monster to our side of the field and add, which is just insane. I'm not sure if I actually even do that, so definitely something you guys should watch out for. Those Fire Formation cards are pretty strong with their graveyard effects. I don't think any other Fire Formation card has those type of effects, so definitely read your cards, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be able to special summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster, and yes, it looks like I'm going to add the Panda. And then we're going to activate the effect of Rooster, so maybe I didn't really care for the additional special summon of, I believe Dome's the one that special summons? I don't know. That's interesting. Using the Rooster's effect, we're going to send Tenki to set another Fire Formation card. And here's where I set one of my personal favorite cards. No, it looks like we're going to put the bear back into the deck. We want Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Buffalo. But here is where I get one of my personal favorite cards. This card has been so amazing in the Dragon Ruler format, and it actually continues the sign here. We're going to get Fire Formation Yoko. Now, a lot of people are scratching your heads like, he plays Yoko. Chill, guys. I know exactly what I'm doing. Setting the Yoko, we can activate it, and it's not cost to discard. We just have to target a face-up card on the field, send the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Buffalo to our graveyard, and now we can destroy a monster on TJ's side of the field. Our target is Heat Leo. We're going to force him to banish that Salamangreat Banelinks, which sets us up for match point, as now we'll be able to special summon the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Panda. That's probably why we didn't get that additional normal summon. We're going to get Raven to our side of the field, tributing off All Mirage to target our Panda. We're going to use both of those monsters for another Exceed summon right into our Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagle. And now we can we can activate the effect of Raven. Whoa! This is going off, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I just might have a game-breaking board right here. This is not looking good at all for my man TJ. We're going to set the Gyoko. We don't even need that card. I'm just flexing. And now using the effect of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. Oh no, we're going to use the Dragon. We're going to special summon Buffalo to our side of the field. Using both of those monsters for an Exceed summon, we can make the Cardinal, or no, it doesn't even matter. The Swan can destroy the Heat Leo, and then we can attack for game. Whoa! Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Despite some of the mistakes that I hope you guys learned from, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, get this video to 1,500 likes, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all want to see that deck profile. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am.